Welcome to Manila, Updates TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Military aviation is often defined by quiet, calculated moves. But today, on January 20th, 2026, the silence is broken by a major announcement. A headline flashes across screens from Seoul to Jakarta. Indonesia officially loses access to the KF-21 prototype. This is a seismic shift in one of Asia's most ambitious defense projects. The KF-21 Boramae was meant to symbolize partnership between South Korea and Indonesia. Now, that partnership has changed. The dream of Indonesian pilots training in their own KF-21 is over. The reasons? Money, trust, and national security. Still, the KF-21 program is a massive success, hitting all its milestones. With Indonesia's role reduced, Seoul is seeking new, reliable partners. Many eyes are turning toward the Philippines, an archipelago nation with growing defense needs. This is about more than a fighter jet. It's about trust, reliability, and the future of regional security. To understand where things went wrong, we must go back to the beginning. The KFX program, later named the KF-21 Boramae, launched in 2015, a bold vision for South Korea to develop a homegrown fighter more advanced than the F-16, but more affordable than the F-35. The project's $8.1 billion price tag was daunting for one nation alone. Enter Indonesia in 2016, Jakarta agreed to fund about 20% of the costs, $1.6 billion. In return, Indonesia was promised a prototype, dozens of jets, and significant technology transfer. Indonesian engineers would work alongside Koreans, learning to design and build modern fighters. On paper, it was a win-win. South Korea got a co-investor and guaranteed export. Indonesia could modernize its air force and build its aerospace industry. PT Dirgantara Indonesia was set to manufacture components, gaining priceless hands-on experience. The deal was hailed as a model for Asian defense cooperation. But the ambitious scope also contained seeds of future problems. A $1.6 billion commitment is a heavy burden for a developing economy. Technology transfer was complicated by sensitive systems from third-party countries like the US. The project's success depended on unwavering commitment from both sides. For a decade-long project, that's a monumental challenge. As events would prove, initial optimism would soon be tested by harsh realities. Trouble emerged soon after the agreement was signed. Indonesia began falling behind on payments. First small delays, then mounting debt. South Korea was patient, rescheduling payments, but the problem grew. By the early 2020s, Indonesia owed hundreds of millions. Then, in 2023, a crisis. Two Indonesian engineers at KAI's facility were caught trying to steal sensitive KF-21 data. The breach included technical details about the jet's design and systems. This was industrial espionage against a partner nation, a profound betrayal. The incident shattered trust and forced a complete reevaluation of the partnership. Combined with mounting debt, the data theft created a perfect storm. South Korea was now funding nearly the entire project, while its partner failed to pay and tried to steal technology. The foundation of the partnership had crumbled. It was no longer a question of if the deal would change, but how. The dream of equal partnership was over. For South Korea, the priority became protecting its interests. The original vision was gone. With the partnership broken, South Korea faced a tough decision. Scrapping the deal was an option, but Seoul chose renegotiation. Indonesia, now a debtor, lost nearly all leverage. In late 2025, a new agreement slashed Indonesia's financial commitment to about $500 million, roughly what it had already paid, but the price was steep. Indonesia lost access to the KF-21 prototype. The promise of hands-on experience and technology transfer was gone. Indonesia's role shifted from junior partner to limited future customer. Co-manufacturing and domestic aerospace ambitions vanished. Indonesia would simply buy finished jets, with no role in development. For South Korea, this protected its intellectual property and sent a clear message: partnership agreements must be honored. The downgraded deal was pragmatic, but marked the end of the original vision. Indonesia's loss was South Korea's lesson in the cost of broken trust. Despite the faltering partnership, the KF-21 Boramae program has soared. The first prototype flew in July 2022, and 6 prototypes have since completed rigorous flight tests. Supersonic flight, weapons separation, and advanced avionics integration, including a domestic AESA radar, have all been demonstrated. Mass production is on track. The international community has taken notice. The KF-21 is seen as a capable, cost-effective alternative to pricier Western and Russian fighters. Interest is growing from Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and South America. Poland, already a major Korean defense customer, has expressed interest. Online, South Koreans celebrate the KF-21 as a symbol of national pride and technological prowess. Criticism of Indonesia's failures is widespread. For South Korea, the KF-21 is more than a jet. It's proof of its arrival as a top-tier industrial power. The Republic of Korea Air Force remains committed to over 120 aircraft, ensuring the program's future. The Boramae will be the backbone of South Korea's air defense for decades. Technology transfer was always a misunderstood aspect of the KF-21 saga. Many believed Indonesia was promised full access to all technology, but the reality was more complex. The KF-21 uses critical U.S. components, engines, avionics, weapons, subject to strict export controls. South Korea could not transfer U.S.-sourced tech without American approval. From the start, Indonesia's access was limited to Korean-developed systems like the airframe and radar. The real value was in learning integration and manufacturing, not receiving blueprints for U.S. tech. The attempted data theft ignored these legal boundaries, straining Seoul's relationship with Washington. Even if Indonesia had paid in full, tech transfer would have remained a complex negotiation. Jakarta's failure to build trust made further sharing impossible. The conversation about technology transfer was always more nuanced than headlines suggested. Denying Indonesia the KF-21 prototype was a decisive move. The prototype was part of a package deal, offered only if Indonesia paid its share. When payments stopped, so did the benefits. Handing over a high-tech prototype to a partner in arrears would set a terrible precedent. For a rising defense exporter, reliability and contract enforcement are essential. Beyond contracts, security was paramount. The 2023 espionage attempt changed everything. The prototype contained the very data Indonesia tried to steal. Giving it away would risk both Korean and U.S. technology. The decision wasn't punishment, it was protection. Trust, once broken, is hard to repair. The Boramae was too important to risk on a shaky partnership. As the Korean-Indonesian deal fades, a new opportunity emerges for the Philippines. The Philippine Air Force is modernizing and already operates Korean-made FA-50s with great success. This strong foundation of trust sets the stage for deeper cooperation. The KF-21 aligns perfectly with the Philippines' need for a modern, multi-role fighter. The lessons from Indonesia are clear: reliability and trust are invaluable. The Philippines has proven itself a dependable partner. A potential deal could include local assembly or maintenance, boosting the Philippine defense industry. Consistency and reputation matter in international defense. South Korea values Manila's track record. The failure of the Indonesian partnership highlights the value of trust, something the Philippines has already demonstrated. The stage is set for a win-win alliance. The KF-21 story is about more than a fighter jet. It's about the nature of modern partnerships. In today's world, trust is the most valuable currency. Indonesia's experience shows that ambition must be matched by commitment and integrity. South Korea's reputation has only grown by holding firm to its principles. This sends a message: Korea honors its commitments and expects the same. For the Philippines, this is a strategic crossroads, a chance to deepen ties with a proven ally. By collaborating on the KF-21, Manila can modernize its air force and strengthen its regional position. The future of defense collaboration will be defined by trust and mutual respect. The Boramae will continue its flight. Who will fly alongside it? As one partnership ends, another, stronger one, may be about to begin.